special section now. With this lovely Leyland Super Comet, Mars and Thompson, Nevershed, brewery truck. Trying to get what shots we can, but as always, loads of people just wandering around aimlessly. So we'll get what we can, and what's here is absolutely stunning. Someone will be able to identify that fleet number on this British Road Services Leyland Octopus. It's got the North Bridge Road Doncaster address on the fuel tanks. So, possibly a Doncaster truck original. A truck that played a big part in my childhood. The guy Big J4. Sat in many of them with our father. Used to sit us on the engine mound, drive us round the yard, and we'd end up in the passenger footwell. Here's a couple of lovely Ford D series. There's the DT 2417 6x4 tipper, and a similar model here for Horman Haulage of Ipswich. We get another look at the guy Big J there. We can see just how big the engine is sticking out the back of the cab there, and the rear intercooler. No big deep bunks in those days. Moving on from the Ford D series pair. Said Atkinson 401, TJ Parry, 4x2 tractor unit. And the Leyland drop side parked beside her. The 160 turbo, the T45 cab. Sort of 1986, 87 I think. The 160 turbo, that's about the same size of engine as the little DAF 7.5 tonners now. So that puts it all in perspective. Next up, the Volvo F88, the MJ Fern, Buxton. Would be many a man's dream machine. Back in the late 70s. Leyland Reaver. Built in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. Certainly on Scottish registration there. Yeah, another 6x4 tipper. Beside her, we've got a Leyland Super Reaver. And just as a lovely little touch, we've got the Albion crest on the grille there. So after seeing the F88, it's only fair to see Scania's entry in the same sort of period. And this one, as you can see, are rigid with a drawbar on the back. So a familiar name in the UK haulage industry. Still running a good fleet of tippers. Here's an AEC Mercury. It's from the late 70s. Nice little four-wheeler. Beautiful Leyland with the LED cab. Leyland Comet. Let's have a look at this Mercedes 2421 tipper. Bang on cue, of course. Yeah, lovely looking little truck. Albion sure is the sunrise. My dad's favourite truck. And back home in Dumfries when I was growing up, there were a good few of these parked up in a yard. I used to walk past them every day on the way to school. A yard near Braswell, Mick Hayton. Here's another interesting truck. Atkinson. Looks like it's a Chinese 6. G&K Dodds, Sutton. Thirsk in North Yorkshire. Big bumper on her. Remember the Irish lads used to put that bumper to good use, coming down 75 years ago. So some work done on the back of the cab there. I don't know if that would have been standard. It's possibly something you had to spec. Yeah, the extra axle on the front there to keep things legal. It's another Carlisle Reg. So here we have another, maybe an ex-Storbert. Certainly an ex-Carlisle Reg. The Volvo FH. And Scania 111. Of course you had the 141 was a big V8 above that. And another Atkinson border beside it. So here you are, we're back with the Foden stand, or Foden World as it is for the moment. Some amazing trucks and a few less spectators here, so it's a bit easier to get some footage. So loads and loads of Fodens, all shapes and sizes, each of them all wonderful. So we just come off the beaten track a little bit. We've got a big FH T French from Cumnock, a gorgeous step frame, and the even more gorgeous F10 with the you can hardly call it a caravan, can you? It's a living trailer, an apartment on wheels. It's gorgeous. There we are. Beautiful example. And there's the coupling under the trailer, that's interesting. I've never seen one. Yeah. So this one here really caught my eye. This is a beautiful little original example. With a little Gardner 180 in it. What a little Bobby Dazzler. And whilst it's quiet, let's see if we can take a walk down here. A, without me falling, or B, without anybody else jumping into shot. Gorgeous blue circle Foden. Is that a Mickey Mouse Foden? Is that what they call the Mickey Mouse? Barrels. 4525. Beside the up-to-date DAF. And we've got a Foden Alpha. And I think these are probably my favourite model actually. Of course, Foden model were always very favoured by the showmen, along with the RFs. Many of them ended their life on the fun fair circuit. Gardner 270 in that one, 1985 model. I'm going to have a look at these just in a minute. So we've just been chat with the burgundy brakes on there. We noticed the steps on the Foden here, and sure enough, they're an adaptation to allow them to get into the cab. But they're sitting out just a little bit.
Yeah.
So here's another truck that I recognise from the past. This truck used to park up at Ecclefechan truck stop and was run by Kenny Anderson, I believe. Unless I've got the wrong truck, of course, but I'm sure that's who had this. Maybe it wasn't the original owner, but that's who I remember running it, I'm sure. It's a gorgeous truck, isn't it? And that's how they would have been in the day. Well, it's another big Foden from Scotland. You can barely make it out, but the graphics have been removed. But it says Euro route on it, 24-hour response. So it would originally have been up Dumfries and Galloway somewhere, BTEC at some point maybe. Don't recognise this one, but she's got some mighty impressive bumper in the front and a big winch. 2215 compared to the 4410, so a bit of a difference in size certainly, and engine capacity, but definitely pull you out a bit of trouble if you needed to. So I deliberately didn't really check social media too much yesterday because I didn't want to spoil it for myself today. But I did see a few people posting their favourites. But this wasn't anybody's that I remember. And it's impressive, isn't it? Some display. Land Rover on the back, and the Sherpa. The Sherpa itself is a little cracker. There's not many of those still left running. There wasn't many running shortly after they come off the production line. They weren't the greatest, but yeah, what a display. So there you are, you can see that's the Foden field, and we're just about to cross the road into ERF world. So again, while it's reasonably quiet, I'll try and show you some of the ERFs that are here. Try and go a bit of a walk down, have a look. A cattle truck there. Here we have one at Egerton's, ECX. Egerton's, of course, a lot of us familiar with. Recovery trucks. Transport. Never seem to catch Knowles or Thomas's heritage fleets. It's nice to catch them. EC11 Olympic. Suttons of St Helens, of course. They run loads and loads of ERFs, including the B series, C series. The familiar Union Jack flag on the front, of course. And it just keeps going. Just keeps going. So here's an interesting truck that I've never seen before. I've used to run out of Stranraer a lot myself. She's clean as a whistle, that example. Absolutely gorgeous. And she's packed in good company because I've got a similar model here from McLennan, from Slummanshire. And they've got quite a nice turnout. A couple of EC11s. Clever. At first glance I did think they were blue pallets until I saw the power cable going in. Thought, aye aye. Clever. So yeah, they just keep going and going and going. People walking up in front of us, so pan round this way, just give you a bit of a sweep round the field. Go wander down here and get round them. C11, which is the last ERF model that I drove. Drove it for Dukes, FLZ 6396. And a big ECX there. Big cab for the day. Could probably do a job now, to be honest. Plenty of space in it. Some would say just as comfortable as the new stuff. So there's a lovely factory livery DRF. And built in Britain. It's not a phrase that we hear too much now, is it, sadly? There we are. Let's have a look at this McCain EC11. Gorgeous. Always liked that livery. I remember Said Atkinson's, McCain's running Said Atkinson's, and they look splendid in that livery. McCain Foods, Scarborough, North Yorkshire, and I'm just trying to, I think last night there was something like 266 ERFs here, so I'm just basically trying to skip round and show as many as quickly as I possibly can. virtually impossible in a day to see this whole showground. So again, a little stab in the dark, but I remember DC Thompson, I think it was, the printers up in Dundee, running trucks in a very similar livery to this. It is on a Scottish reg, so I maybe jump into conclusions again, but it'd be nice to think it was one. TD Cottrell, the lineup of ECXs, you can see.